Hi everybody, it's Shannon with the Whidbey Island Conservation District, and this is one of my favorite services that we provide here at the district is the native plant sale. We source plants from the Washington Association of Conservation District Plant Material Center, that's a mouthful, from Fourth Corner and Sunbreak Nurseries in Whatcom County and from Pacific Rim Institute in Coopville. We also have native wildflower seeds from Northwest Meadowscapes. We do have some plants for sale that will be in 4-inch pots like you might get at the nursery, but most of our plants are bare root. And how that works is people go out and they harvest seeds out in nature from native plants. They bring them back and grow them for 1 to 3 years. Then those plants go dormant in the winter, so they're able to harvest and transport them without any dirt, bare root. So I'm gonna put a couple pictures up of what the bare root plants look like while we're handling them last year at our pickup, so you can get an idea of what you're buying when you buy a bundle of 5 bare root plants. I'm here today at the Broadview Elementary Native Plant Garden, and this is just to give you an example of what you can do with your native plants and why it's beneficial to your garden, your yard, and the environment. So I'm going to give you a tour and talk a little bit about why this plant garden is helping this area. This area had some trees removed, and instead of putting in turf, they chose to plant this native plant garden. Once it's established, the roots of these plants are going to contribute to healthy soil, and they're going to be able to capture more stormwater runoff than turf and slow and filter that runoff. They provide habitat for native bees and pollinators, for wildlife, and this garden is also providing a way for kids to connect with nature in a really visible and meaningful way, which is going to be really important for our future. Native plants need less fertilizer, less watering, and less maintenance altogether, keeping excess nutrients and chemicals out of our waterways and freeing up our time as gardeners. I'm in this tree. It's really peaceful here in this garden. I love it here. So one of our natural resource planners, Kelsey Mote, a couple years ago, she did a big bare root native planting on her property. So we're going to check in with her, and she'll give you an idea of the process that she went through for planting all of those plants and how she takes care of them.
So this here, my friends, is a wetland restoration project. There's 8 different native plant species, all shrub species, represented in this area. And these right now that you see here are 2-year-old native plants that were purchased from the plant sale. This is Nootka Rose. Behind me, the very tall tree-like plants are actually red osier dogwood, and many others. And you can see that our native plants are protected from deer and rabbit browse by a 7-foot tall deer fence, some chicken wire at its base, and then these plant protectors. And if you noticed here, I put an above ground drip irrigation system in place for my plants, because bare root plants are essentially baby plants. They're not potted up and much older like those you might buy in a pot. They do need to have a lot of care those first 2 years. There's 286 native bare root shrubs in this project, and they were all hand planted by yours truly plus my family, and it's been a real journey, you know, tending to them, mulching them, regularly watering them during the dry season. But what I love about it, it is taking what, you know, the grass species here, which you can see are quite robust, even in October, but it's taking what was, you know, somewhat of a lower ecologically functional plant species and replacing it with much more diversity. And so eventually the goal is within the next 5 years to have about 80% of this area encased in native shrub vegetation. So you'll still have a little bit of that grass underneath, but for the most part it's going to be like much of the hedges you see around us here that are already established.
Another place you can go to check out native plants and kind of get an idea of what they'll look like once they're established in your yard is to go to the Oak Harbor Post Office. They have a display garden of native plants there that's been around for a bit now, and it's a wonderful place because all the plants are labeled, so you can really get a good idea of what each of the plants is that you might buy from our plant sale. So our plant sale starts on November 1st, so it's coming right up. Pre-orders are from November 1st to January 31st, and then our pickup is the end of February. If you get a chance in the next couple of months, check out our plant sale, see what we have on there. And then we also have a lot of resources on our website because native plants are so beneficial for erosion control, for wet sites, for rain gardens, for pollinators, for landscapes of all types. So you can check out our resources, and also we are a resource. So if you need some guidance or some ideas for what to get to put in your project or your landscape, you can always let us know. We're here to help you, and we want you to, you know, be successful. So thanks for watching. See you soon.